Okay, hello everybody. This is our first live session, and I'm going to be doing something a little different. I mean, I know I typically, when I do these, I'm not on camera a lot. I do a lot of teaching. I will come on camera every so often. I'm not afraid of coming on the camera, but these live sessions are a little different because they're really going to be about brand building. And if you've read my email, one of the ideas behind this is that, from talking to just about everyone that buys PLR that I have um, gone beyond maybe two words is how do I find a way into the market? How do I find people who are going to buy this? And um, most of you, if you're buying our PLR, you're buying business PLR basically, right? We don't, we could probably do health. We haven't done a lot of that, so we're actually looking for an audience too, and that's really the design of these sessions. Uh, I'm going to take some action a little bit every day. I'm going to come on and just kind of tell you what I did. I'm going to tell you how it worked. And then we're just going to build this together. Now, I want to kind of give you some direction on what we're trying to do. And we're trying to obviously find an audience of people who are wanting to buy the products that we create, technical, marketing, business, video tutorials. And that would be the same audience that you're really looking to, right? You're probably, if you're buying our PLR, you may already have an audience. Maybe you want to expand your audience. We're looking to expand our audience, and they don't necessarily have to buy it as PLR. So one of the things that we really want to do is we want to have a membership site. Again, the same thing that we have said to you to do is to have a membership site to be able to stream the content and have people pay in order to get that content. Obviously, that will not be you, but it'll be an audience that we're looking to build. And we also believe, and I have been talking about this probably for a year and a half or two, that we seriously believe that there is an audience of people here in Harrisburg. And we've proven that by doing workshops, live workshops. To be quite honest with you, they are draining to put together. And even if you do it during meetup, I get trying to go back and forth has been challenging, and we just have not been able to, quite frankly, pull it off. And I believe that you really do have to do this weekly in order to get traction. That could, maybe I could be off on that. Maybe I'm off on that, but we've been doing those workshops, probably off more than on, for the last year and a half or two. And when we're on, right, it takes a lot of energy. And when you get people there, they're really excited. However, trying to keep it up is hard. And then you will have weeks where nobody comes, or you may have a week that even if you run ads or you get out and promote, people are just not necessarily going to be feeling like they want to come. So that's really been the challenge to meetup. So we're really looking to do, again, the same thing that we have been talking about in our training, to build an audience for our training. And the idea here is that if we can do it, I would say even part-time, because we're not going to stop producing our tutorials. That is what we do. That's what we do all day. That's what we work on. That's what we study at doing. That's why we spend time going to these trainings and all this other stuff, so that we can produce good material. That is our, that is kind of that is our business. That is what we do. What we want to do, though, is we want to find and we want to expand the market of people who obviously want that kind of training. And that would be the same people that you're looking to do, right? And so if we can find the audience, then we can find an audience who will buy. Then you can follow what we're doing. You can pretty much do the same thing in your own way. And so if you're like most of the people, again, that we have talked to, the challenge, you tell me if this is true. The challenge really is not just building a list, right? It's building an audience. The list and the audience is one and the same. You could call the list the audience. You can call the audience a list. It really doesn't matter. It is having people with whom you have this dialogue, who you understand what it is they're trying to do, and then you're trying to give them resources in order to help them to do it better. And so that's where you come in and you have these video trainings, whether you customize them the way we say you should or not, you're providing that training. And we know that there's a market of people that are looking here on Warrior Plus and JV Zoo. We just believe that that market is finite. So in other words, we want to be able to find markets outside of that, not in place of it, right? Not in place of it, but definitely in addition to that, because the world is so much bigger. And again, if I know then if we can do it, and if we can do it part-time, then it's something that regardless of what your circumstance is, whether or not you work full-time, that you can find an audience, that you can build that audience, and then you can put our PLR to work and you can actually sell it. So again, I'm not dismissing that you can find other, let's say, people who are on JV Zoo and Warrior Plus. I'm wholeheartedly, I'm totally 100% behind that if that's what you're doing. What I'm saying is I want to be able to either totally prove that it cannot be done, that you cannot sell outside of that market, or that there is a market. I believe the market's in the local area. I believe there is a market. You may not want to come from behind your computer, and that may not be your bag. I think there's also an online audience of people who just want to know how to create an income from stuff that they create in their brain. I think that those two markets are out there, and they are bigger, so much bigger than our world at JVZoo. So really, that's what we're trying to do, and that's what we're going to do in these we want to call them vlogs. I don't know what you want to call. I don't know what the buzzword is, but that's really what we're looking to do. And then and then we want to take some action a little bit every day, tell you what we did, tell you what worked, and tell you what didn't, and then we kind of go from there. So you're sort of on this adventure with us, and I'm gonna try to get here every day. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that, in the midst of just trying to make sure that the main thing that we do, which is to create video tutorials for you, that doesn't stop, right? I mean, that cannot, that's what we do. That's our business. We cannot stop doing that. However, if we can overcome the challenge of having so much to do, too little time to do it in order to build a brand and audience, then you can too. That's the whole idea. I do have some advantages. Number one, I've been thinking about this for a long time, so I do have that advantage. I also have the advantage that I have a meetup right now that already has 300 people in my local area. I understand that, but I mean, I don't know how active they are because we just haven't been able to keep up with it. That's just the honest goodness truth. And then we probably have also done Blog Talk Radio, and we've done podcasting for a little while. So we do have those advantages, but you have some advantages too that you bring to this, right? That you bring to the audience that you're going to be trying to build. You bring something to this that I cannot bring. And I really encourage you, probably after this first day, just like I've just kind of done with you, to I think do an inventory of what you have, right? Do an inventory of the associations you have. Those of you who are college graduates, those of you who are graduate school, I really encourage you to explore your alumni society. We're going to be doing that, right? Laurel and I. So we went to the same school. We want to explore our alumni society. We want to find out, what they have going on, who we can plug into, who we can tap into. And I want to encourage you to do the same. And maybe you don't have an alumni association, but you have stuff that other people don't have, and you have these networks that can plug you in, and you're going to be able to find people, I know, that want to buy your version of business training and helping people to get started online and helping people to build their business online. I've talked to at least two of you in the last couple of days. One, I'm not going to mention his name, but he had a guy ask him to help him sell his art. Right, the guy is 60, and he's just trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to do to help this guy? What am I going to do? So we're, I'm gonna try to talk him through some of the things he can do. And then another person, he's in our insider group, who's really just looking to kind of build himself into a coaching, right? A coaching position in the marketplace. So we want to be able to talk about that. And really, I mean, quite frankly, it does really come back down to, I don't like to call it a list. I like to call it a community or an audience, And so it comes back down to being able to, to create the list and to create the audience. So, okay, well, that's it, everybody. So once again, thank you if you are listening in, and hopefully this has been helpful to you. This is episode 1, and we will get back with you for episode 2 tomorrow.